Australian Open, NHL, NFL, NBA, African Cup of Nations, World Cup Qualifiers. I mean, you name it. That's what's on the schedule tomorrow. Tomorrow being Super Sunday. As we come back. The crypto world has gone to I mean, right? Who's got coins? Altcoins, main coins, bitcoins, litecoins, whatever you got. You're probably like, what the fuck is going on? Where's all my right? That's the game. You gotta know how to play. You gotta know when to get out, man. Sports betting. The game starts at 7 p.m. and it's done at 9 p.m. and that's it. You're done. You're on to the next. Win, lose, draw. You're on to the next. I don't get to sit here and stress myself over. Right? I mean, stocks, crypto. That's kind of where it's at. You're literally hanging on to this hope that things turn back around, or you hope that it remains. Man, it's in and out with sports betting. You know what I mean? It's like such a just in and out. You win, you get out, you lose, you get out. You're free of it. You don't get to wake up to this. Like, oh man, I wonder. No, it was the score. You know the final result. You know what happened. You probably fell asleep during the game. Super Sunday. That's what we're talking about. Super Sunday. Super Sunday starts with the Australian Open. And the Australian Open being the final is being played, the men's final. Congrats, Ashley Barty, who ranked number 1. And here she is, champ of the 2019 French Open, champ of 2021 Wimbledon, and the first Australian to win the Australian Open since 1978. So congrats to Ashley. The men's final is being played Sunday morning. Well, that is Eastern Standard Time here. It'll be played at 2:30 a.m. Yeah, I'm not watching that. No, I might. At 2:30 a.m., I just won't be in the right state of mind. I mean, I'm either sleepy or chasing clouds, if you know what I mean. So 2:30 a.m. Australian Open final. Rafael Nadal gets to play Daniil Medvedev. Rafael Nadal has a chance to win his 21st Grand Slam. That would be a record-setting achievement. 21 Grand Slams. So he's sitting on 20, his 21st. But he's an underdog. He's world rank number 5. He's playing against world rank number 2 Medvedev. And Nadal is a slight underdog. Good match, good tennis match to keep your eyes on. It'll definitely be entertaining. Leagues, I should say, Western Conference, 7th seed currently, Minnesota Timberwolves, who are on a 2-game losing streak. They'll host the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz are 4th place and are in a 4-game losing streak. So one of these two gets to snap their losing streak. They're playing here at the Target Center. I No, I'm not going to that game. Might, but you need to, I believe, prove a negative COVID test, which I am COVID negative, but you also, I'm not going to get into the rest. Let's just leave it at that. Also, that's the NBA. The NHL, Minnesota Wild are in New York. They're playing the Islanders tomorrow. Minnesota as visitors are slight favorites, the Minnesota Wild, and we'll see how that goes. So Super Sundays, full of it. They've got it all. The African Cup of Nations semi, well, actually, no, it's the quarterfinal. The quarterfinal between Egypt and Morocco is a 9 a.m. kickoff. I'll likely watch, no, I myself have a game at 8 a.m. playing a little bit of indoor football. 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So, yeah, with that said, Burkina Faso will play the winner of Tunisia Burkina Faso edged Tunisia 1-0 to reach the semifinal, and they'll be playing the winner of Senegal and Equatorial Guinea. That game kicks off at 1 p.m. The NFL, AFC, and NFC championships are being played tomorrow. We've got 2 p.m. kickoff, my local time. The AFC championship, as Kansas City Chiefs will take on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Chiefs are heavy favorites. I see the books have them. Bengals are quite the outsider. The spread is at 7.5 points. Total is at 54.5. The Chiefs are minus 355. Bengals plus 285. That's the AFC Championship, 2 p.m. kickoff. 5:30 p.m. kickoff are the LA Rams hosting in LA the San Francisco 49ers. So a California clash. Who wins that? Rams are minus 180 versus plus 152 for the Niners. 3.5 point spread. That tells you it'll be a close game. 45.5 is the 45.5 point is the total for the NFC Championship. We transition into the World Cup Qualifiers, where you'll have games from the North and Central American region, that being current first place Canada will host USA. They're playing at Tim Hortons Field, aka the Donut Box, in Ontario, Canada. It'll be below freezing. They're playing outdoors. It's an outdoor stadium. The temperature will be just under freezing temp, so the Canadians will consider this an advantage. Remains to be seen. U.S. is slight favorite at plus 160. The Canadians at home are slight underdogs at plus 185. Mexico is heavy favorite. Costa Rica is paying in the neighborhood of plus 850 as underdogs. Fourth place Panama will take on sixth place Jamaica. Panama minus 220 favorite. Jamaica plus 350. They're playing at the Estadio Romel Fernandez in Panama City. That will be an interesting game. Panama needs to get points. They lost their last game to Costa Rica. 6 p.m. kickoff between Honduras, who sit in 8th place, against El Salvador, who sit in 7th place. Neither, unfortunately, will make it out of the group. But nonetheless, a game will be played. Super Sunday. We've got our our 3-game parlay for Super Sunday. And drum roll. Yes, we've got our 3-game parlay. 3-game parlay. So the NFL AFC Championship, NFC Championship will be all entertainment, but I'm not really making any bets. Well, not yet. 3-game parlay that we will be putting up is the game with Canada and the U.S. Canada is at home. They're first place. U.S. is a point behind. They're visitors. They're slight favorite. So here you have one of those games where Canada avoids a negative result. They remain first place. If Canada wins, they remain first place. If the game ends in a draw, they remain first place. They'll only give up first place if they lose to the U.S. With that in mind, I see a very a defensive approach from the Canadians. With that said, I don't see anybody taking the lead before halftime. So, game 1 of the parlay, USA-Canada, halftime draw. Game 2 of our parlay, we transition into the African Cup of Nations where you have Egypt against Morocco. And that is a game between two very, very familiar nations. They've faced each other on numerous occasions. Egypt versus Morocco. Both are, there's a toss-up. It's a coin toss as far as the bookies go. With that said, it's a quarterfinal. They will play Cameroon in the semifinal, the winner of. So I can see a game that also drags on towards the ending minutes of the game. With that said, halftime draw and more of a 0-0 draw between Egypt and Morocco tomorrow makes game 2 of our 3-game parlay. And game 3, game 2 is back into the World Cup qualifying where Mexico takes on Costa Rica. Mexico with a win could potentially overtake first place, but that depends on the result between Canada and the U.S. But Mexico at home is definitely playing for the win. They are bookie favorites. With that said, halftime correct score, 1-0 Mexico to lead at the half by a 1-0 correct score is game 3 of our parlay, which pays very close to 10-1. So here you have it. Halftime draw Canada, USA. Halftime correct score 0-0 or total under Egypt, Morocco. And halftime correct score 1-0 in favor of Mexico in Mexico City against Costa Rica. Game 3. So there you have it. 3-game parlay. Keep it short. Keep it sweet. We'll see you when we see you. Stay tuned. Follow us. Subscribe. Myself, the channel. Until next time, sound like a sportscast.